Yo, so today I think would be really valuable to talk about the best and fastest way to make money trading cryptocurrency. Let me first start by saying I am definitely not the expert. In fact, you should probably not watch this video at all. No, but seriously, I mean, if we take out the monetary factor of cryptocurrency, if we were to just make this completely like a video game, and if this was just video game points, I started out actually playing video games, just like anybody else, right? But I remember playing, online video games, and it's funny because I wasn't really into them. It was the people around me that were into them and then I got into them. And I remember playing them and thinking to myself, it'd be really cool if I could have this end up making money. And so when I look at this stuff, I come at it from exactly that perspective is, this to me is a game, and I think of the reward as, financial compensation. And so whatever you think of this, like however you think of this when you approach this, I just want you to know that when I speak about this, maybe somebody might consider this disrespectful towards it because a lot of people don't want to think of like their job as a game or something that, a lot of people take this very seriously, like a sport. And the way that I play this, I do take it seriously, but I am thinking of it like a game, meaning I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it's not that I don't care about, losing money. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from with this, that like, I want you to think of this as like, if you're going to, hear my perspective on this, then I would hope that you could come to my perspective and see the way that I see this, which is that it's a game. And so, I've got a game right here, and this is what you would maybe consider, QFL position trading. And, some of these trades will take a while, a couple hours, couple days, sometimes a couple weeks, depending on if things don't go your way. And then you've got this, hybrid stuff, which equally also can take, hours, days, and weeks. And then you've got, this chart right here, which obviously this took, from August 8th to September 21st. That's a long time for a trade to, be in play. So, you know what I mean? Like it is exactly what it is. And it should have closed right there. Whoops. See, let's take a look at this Ethereum. See, the Ethereum, I took these trades at the same time. It was a breakout trade. Boop. But, yeah, this kind of stuff, this trading, all the titles to my videos are geared towards this type of trading, which is the QFL style, which is the easy one. But like, let's be real. The reason that I don't tell people about trading this kind of stuff at all is because, my friends and my family are not smart enough to, I mean, they could be. It's just that like, there's just some things in life that I'm not going to tell my friends and family about because it's just too challenging. And the challenging thing with this is, having the balls of steel to get more and more and more as it goes down, and also being patient and not buying too soon. But I wanted to talk specifically, the hybrid stuff. I am like all about that. And the reason is because it has generated the most income for me. And it's not because the market works better for it. I think it's just that for me, I need to see my money moving. And, for a lot of these, like this situation, even though it bought up here, like it was working out beforehand and it was doing it, a lot, and continually. So there was a good chance that this was going to go up. It didn't. Obviously the momentum was more towards the downside and there's no predicting it. And so it went down and it essentially got stuck. And then I had to manually come in here and dig it out. And it worked out. I mean, like I made profit. And, how long was my money in this trade? 14 days, 15 days. So, that's 2 weeks. And also, when I'm trading this, there is like this sense of I am a failure, which is really, really challenging to overcome if you're not used to it, because most people, when they see you buy like this, especially when the bot buys like way up here, is like, oh, this is wishful thinking. You need to cut your losses. You need to sell. Like you need to quit believing in this crypto shit. So that's, something really important about like showing you this is that, and you can see, I mean, I guess I could consider this like a live trading video, although this didn't just purchase on the screen. So I don't know if it's live trading. QFL is weird. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no like P&L. I mean, I guess there is a P&L, but anyways, but you know, that like, look, you know, it's like, I just got out of this trade. It's like, wouldn't he think to learn the next time before he goes back in? And the way this robot trades is like very cold hearted. Like it's like a soldier. It just goes in and accomplishes its tasks and doesn't come out until, you know, the mission is solved. And so for that reason, this has been my most profitable strategy that I've traded. And it's a bot strategy. It's martingale, 2x multiplier. Like I've gone through this over and over again, but I realized like if I post one video, nobody's going to go to that specific video. They're just going to go to my latest video. So I'm just going to start saying the same stuff over and over again. And, you know, you can just watch me say the same stuff over and over again. This is hybrid AB trading. No, it's not QFL PT trading. I'm buying above the base. Obviously, look, there's like even that's kind of a base, but like it hasn't even returned to that base. Like the real base is like right here, and you can see it came down and bounced, and I should have just gotten all my size down here and then sold right here, and I could have been playing this channel with big size and making tons of money, right? Well, that is true. That is absolutely true. Okay. It is true. It is true. And, you know, if I could make a bot, that would do this, then I would, because like right now in my life, I'm super busy. So this right here, the reason why it's made me the most money is because my money is being put to work, buying low and selling high. And then, let's see, I think it's this Litecoin. Let's take a look. And okay, this type of strategy, which is the base breaking strategy. Can you tell that I'm just like I had some buy. Oh, they're still there, so I still have buys. And you know they're hanging out and they're waiting, and there's a good chance that they could come down there and oh my god, a wick could come down there and I'll be rich, right? And I'm sure there's somebody else that's like, oh my gosh, your money's waiting down there, like you're such a noob. You're supposed to be trading this, like getting all your size like right here. And let's break this down, because I've made money trading base breaking, and obviously look at how it works out. Like it does do exactly what the strategy does. Like let's be fair, right? Like these are USD charts. They're not you know an altcoin versus Bitcoin, but like. See, when you see this stuff, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about where I'm just like, I don't know. Like, this is like, I'll see. Okay. So the reason that I'm like hesitant to show anybody the strategy, like most of the people I see killing it with the strategy, like when this happens, they start panicking. And I'm just not down with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, look at that. Like, yo. Now, I know that was news related, the China crypto ban thing. But that's what I'm saying. Like, oh my gosh. And, you know, for somebody to measure this, that's like a 98% buyer reaction. And I'm sure, and these are 4-hour charts. Like most people, they're viewing this on a 1-hour chart. Okay. And there is an art form to this. And you can see, obviously, look at this. I mean, you know, it's like this is one of those things where it seems easy on the surface, but with all the rules that come into this, and even with crypto being forgiving, and I've seen tons of people be profitable trading the strategy. I condone trading the strategy. You know, really what's most important is about finding your own thing that works, and nobody will tell you that. Okay. Nobody's going to tell you find this chart and work it. But that's really what the strategy implies, is like, figure out that, you know, the strategy is not just you know, all strategies are created equal across the charts. Like if you were to get panic alerts and buy when it's panicking, you know, like the money management is not spelled out in the strategy. So that's why I'm so hesitant to trade this over this strategy, which is the hybrid AB trading. Because what I can tell you with this strategy, with the hybrid AB, is it's always returned to its base. Like right here, you know, it took 2 weeks. but it did return to its base. Now, can it get stuck? Absolutely. But I'm running it on like several coins. Okay. So you know what I'm saying? But it's not to put this down, because technically the amount of money that I make with the hybrid stuff is so small in comparison to the money that could be made with this. But there's a really, really important point. And that is that there are so many mistakes that you can make with this strategy. So many mistakes. So many mistakes. So many mistakes. Have I said there's so many mistakes? Because guess what? There are so many mistakes that you can make with this strategy. And it's kind of like driving a car full of like flammable liquid, and you really want to smoke a cigarette. Okay? Like, that is essentially the strategy. It's like, get in a car and don't light a cigarette, even though you really want to smoke a cigarette and you know it's going to blow you up. That's what the strategy essentially is. And the people that can pull this off are doing a fantastic job. And then me personally, I wish this strategy, the traditional trading, taking a 2-to-1 trade with a stop loss, I wish that it was just a little bit more viable. And the reason that it is not as viable, while I have made money at this, and obviously in my paper trading account, gosh, like look at that. In fact, hold on, I haven't checked my paper trades yet. How's this one doing? Oh, splendidly, just doing freaking well. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even with, you know, I've already gotten 2 right, 1 wrong, and I've already met my quota. So like anything on top is a bonus. And this is definitely, you know, over a year. So, you know, it's 100% over a year, which may seem like good, but honestly, like, let's just break down some real hard facts about like what's going on with numbers, like what you can expect with trading. Because a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, if you compound, and if you do this, and if you, you know, if you hold free coins, and you know, there's a difference. Like, let me just break this down. This is really valuable information, at least for me to know. Like, I wish I would have known this. So let's go and see this market. So starting right here from January, like all of this, yo, the market was volatile. Like, right, just this whole little chunk right here. I was able to increase my portfolio so quickly with it going up, because there was always an opportunity where it would go down and come back up. And then when it did that super drop, this news related super drop, right? This really was like the end of it. But also right here in March, I remember all of this was just like super slow. And we kind of hit the top of it right here before we dropped. And the reason I'm pointing all this out is because specifically right here, I was able to make a really good amount of money in terms of like actual profit. And then once it hit right here, this is like when my bots, they weren't like getting stuck. They were just going really slow. And this is when like QFL season really kicked in, where if you were able to catch these drops, like these were great drops. And then obviously we go into this consolidation mode, and finally, you know, some of the trades are finally able to close. And then, you know, we get a little baby drop, and then it comes back up, another baby drop, and comes back up, and then another baby drop, and comes back up. And it's just like grinding up. In terms of like how much money you can make in that type of market versus a very volatile market, there's a big difference. So whether you're trading QFL position trading, whether you're trading the hybrid AB trading, or you're trading, you know, traditional stop loss style trading with 2-to-1. Yeah, because look, like let's go to Bitcoin right here. I mean, this trade was like 45 days. And then it lost. And it came all the way up here. And I'm sure, you know, there could have been like some exit strategy that I could have done. But, you know, for these particular trades, I like to just set them, and whatever ends up happening, like I just leave it on its own. So, I mean, I could have sold it like, you know, 50% if it would have started coming down and been like, okay, it went up to like past 75. If it comes down to 50, I'm going to sell at a loss. But I mean, even then, it's like statistics wise, You know, if I'm going to do that, then as it starts coming, it's, you know, making its way down here, then I might as well just sell right there at a loss. And so, you know what I mean? It's like, if you're going to do it when it's in the green and sell at 50% profit, then you might as well close the trade 50% at a loss. And that really does affect, like all of these things that we're talking about really affect the numbers. Like for instance, this trade could have closed at a loss, and I could have closed it right there, and then it ends up going back up and winning. And so you see what I'm saying? Like odds are a beast in terms of understanding math. And a lot of this stuff really does rely on you being very scientific with it, especially with like the QFL stuff. As much as it's to taste, I still, even though I tell people to trade QFL, and you know, people make fun of people that don't trade QFL, there's something about this particular strategy, and just coming back to this, you know, what is this, keep? I mean, this is a more volatile pair than when Litecoin dropped. And you know, this one was whipping back and forth, and I mean, somebody that's looking, you know, at this chart being like, oh my gosh, with QFL, they're probably like, God, this is such a great chart. Like, look at that chart. It's just whipping back and forth. You can make so much money. Just cram in some sides right there and then have it go up. I mean, with this particular strategy, you can make, if you trade this correctly, there have been people that have taken like $3,000 and they go balls deep. Like, I don't even think it's this particular strategy. They're just trading. And like, I really am not like, I use QFL in terms of like the word, like, hey, you understand QFL, which is basically like, you know, buying the dip, dead cat bounce, base cracking, hybrid, or, you know, AB account building trading, all that stuff. But really at the end of the day, the way that I treat, like when I think of QFL is like, you know, those people that are traders, like not stock market trading, but like people that trade stuff, pickers is what they're called. I don't know if that's like a common word that people use, but pickers is what I understand, like the TV shows for picking. Like you go and you find stuff, and then, you know, you make offers, you buy low and you sell high, you know, you trade up. That's another term. That's how I treat a lot of this stuff. And, in terms of QFL, it really is a matter of like trading up. And so, you know, somebody has like 10, 100, like 100x their account. Just like seriously, 100x, right? 100x. That's way more than I've been able to. And I think about it a lot. Like again, let's just bring this back full circle. I approach this in terms of like a video game, and the online games that I played, it was all about grinding, you know, your character, leveling them up, getting XP. And then, you know, you go on these raids and you kill dragons and stuff like that. I'm not going to tell you the game that I played. It was so dumb. Not embarrassed, but just not even worth the time explaining the game. Either way, like at the end of the time that I was playing the game, I was able to get a character to the highest level in like 3 weeks. And it usually took you a year or like half a year. So I was able to do it in less than a month. And I found a spot, and I knew which people to involve with me, and I knew, you know, I had the best character to use, and I did it. Like, so that's my goal in making these videos and sharing this stuff is just know that like I'm on that same quest to figure out that thing. I'm not going to post videos about that stuff, but I'll show you all of the things that I'm using right now to get there. And, you know, it will involve this, you know, the base breaking strategy, and obviously like getting size at the right moment. And then, you know, you've got this hybrid stuff, which is also really valuable. This helps me tremendously because I don't have to waste a lot of time on it. And in terms of the percentages of what it's able to generate, it's not doing as nearly as well as, when the market was just like the hybrid AB trading was awesome in terms of like 2021. And I don't even think I was doing that many free coins at the time because the coding was just wrong, and like my bot kept crashing because I didn't have enough RAM on my private server. And yeah, like lots of mistakes where like I could have made like a ton of money if I were able to code this correctly. But in terms of like what you're capable of earning, because, you know, again, not thinking about this in terms of money, I'm just thinking about it in terms of like beating the game. Like how quickly can you beat the game? For some reason, like money, like in my experience, it creates a different type of experience. like working with people. So when I talk about this stuff, I really do think about this like a game. I mean, look at my colors on my charts. Like this is very much like a game. The way that I treat it, it's a very like colorful, it's very colorful. And I would hope that you would maybe think of it that way, because when you treat this like a game, like my paper trading account is the way that it is because I treated it like a game. I didn't care. I just click on some stuff and take trades. I mean, look, like, and when I was trading this with my real money, I was so much more hesitant. Whereas with the paper trading, I was just throwing stuff, left and right, and it was working out. And I think there is a level of that like I don't think I've ever gotten into before. Let me turn off this crazy rainbow stuff. This is something really important. I don't hear anybody talking about this, is that, let's say you do figure this out, and let's say you've already figured this out. There's something important going on here. When you treat it like a game, there is a level of like not fearing, like in my paper trading, there's a lack of fear, and there's like less to lose. There's less at stake. And it's more in the moment, and it's very philosophical. It's not like I'm trying to make a video about that. It's just that, I could make videos, that QFL has already made, which is basically like when there's a panic drop plus a base crack, the further down from the base, the safer it is to make a buy. And you measure out the chart with, I love the price range tool, and you measure out the bounces, and then you measure out how far down it usually drops, and it drops down 15%. So then that means that your safe circle is at about 15%, and then you want to load up, here's your safe circle right here. So that means you could be nibbling like towards the end of it right there, and then you get a little bit more and a little bit more, and then you get a bunch of size right there. Like that's QFL. And then, it comes back up to the base, and then you can be selling, and selling. Right? Dude, there's already videos about that. Like, that kind of looks like a QFL. Nerd. Okay. But no, seriously, like going back to the whole idea of fear, I have had the fortune of, seriously, like, do I need to just make more QFL videos because like nobody's going to watch his videos and they just need to see a new video? Like, there it is. I just showed it to you. Like, that's QFL. Like, do you need this thing, like the space thing? Well, unfortunately, this indicator is now a paid indicator. So if I delete it from my chart, then I lose it from my chart, and that's going to suck. Vinny, ProSum Solutions, might as well give him a shout out. Since we're here, ProSum. This program is brought to you by ProSum Solutions. Well, if you just type in QFL, you can see, all of this stuff is locked. Oh, that's just, he knows he's got something good. Why is there only, Okay, there's all of them. Right? Which one is that one? I can't see it. I know not all of them are there. He's pulled one off. I know he pulled a couple of them off. Whatever. I got him on my chart, and homie made some fantastic indicators. I tried to tell you, I've been posting videos. Like, I'm sorry. He's charging for it now. You got to figure out ProSum Solutions. Go to his website. It's that good. Like, I've been using this indicator for a hot minute, and I know who the guy is, but like, I'm going to use the indicator whether or not you use the indicator. Like, you use whatever you want. And like, I will say, like, I'm going for that, 100x, like on an account in 6 months, 100x. Oh my God. But it's so much riskier in terms of like, you can lose it all. There can be a slip up, like, ooh, whoops. And then you have to sell at a loss, on a bounce. And there's so many rules. Like, I don't want to go over the same rules. Really what I want to go over is the concept of why is it that when I do paper trading that I can just trade this and not care about it? Because, with my money, it's like, it means something to me. It like, there's a reason why I'm here, and there's probably a reason why you're here trading. And, the big reason is obviously like to survive, and maybe you're just bored and you want to do something. But, at the end of the day, like, this stuff for me means a lot to me. And I've invested a lot of time into this. And so the last thing that I want to do is be reckless. Dum, dum, dum. Let's take a look at these trades going on. And, in this case, look, like, here's like a minor base, like 6%. Man, I'm not going to call that a base. And, talk about like, just, between you and me. Obviously, it's not just between you and me, but just assume it's between you and me. These layers are getting size like way sooner. Like these are getting way more size. Like this is not doubling up. Like I have been bad about that and I haven't told anybody. You know what I mean? Like talk about like the greed effect kicking in. Like I am totally exposing myself. But, you know, in the past, it was super volatile. It made sense. But I've been too lazy to change it. And there's a part of me that's like, it's not going to drop down that far. And it did. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I had to like buy more to like dig myself out to even like make a profit. Like, yeah, I would have made like a tiny little profit right here. But if I would have just like switched the values up and like made this be the smallest and made this one be the gigantic one, I would have made like such a worthy profit of trading this. But like, to be real, the thing that's going to make the most money, in my opinion, is like 1111. Kissing that. All right. What's going to make the most money is the hybrid AB with like a very volatile coin that just pumped. I've made a video or two about that, and it's not the easiest to find them, but like, and a lot of them are really crappy. That's where the money's at. Like the QFL stuff, absolutely it works. Like it does work, and it takes a little bit longer, and it's safe, and you know, all of that fun stuff. And I mean, you know, was that the base? Like, was the 20% bounce the base? Right? Like it came down and it did not come up. Like it came up like that far. And there's a million people that could be like, ooh, that's the base, and you know, make you feel bad, and you're doing this wrong, and you give up. But I did just tell you the secret. Like the hybrid AB trading on like a volatile pair, ooh. Like once I get my job situation smoothed out, I'm like building new online business stuff. I'm doing this for fun. This is more like therapeutic, but like other stuff I'm having to like get really serious about, like social media. And this is really just more of like for fun, but also, you know, I've got to do this in other markets with online stuff that's not nearly as fun as crypto. But there's a lot of money in online business stuff that, you know, like using advertisements and social media that is very similar to this. Like, I really want you to understand, like, marketplaces are, you know, if you need money, people need things. You understand? Like, if you need things, then people need money. Like, you're either on one end, you either want a thing or you want money, like, or a currency. You know what I'm saying? Like, either the thing or you want the money. And it really doesn't even matter because money is just also like a thing as well. But it's just kind of the, you know, the thing that's the easiest thing to think about in terms of like, if you have cash, you're a buyer. If you have a thing, you're a seller. And so anyways, yeah, like marketplaces are just like absolutely dope. If you can figure out your marketplace, like I just told you, like hybrid AB trading on a coin that just like went ballistic, and, I'll show you right now. Like, I'll show you, I bet it's this one. Like this one, dude, I was all up in this one, all up in it, all up in that coin. Like, look at that. Look at the volatility. Like you can't see, but it was doing this. And I was like, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And then, you know, it came down here and it was like, oh my gosh. And then it came back up, boom, and I sold, got back in. I was like, and then I finally like turned it off. Although it's actually, it now turned back on. Shoot. Let's take a look at, MSwap. Where are we at with this? I think it was on this chart. You know, but I mean, it's such a small amount of money that I've really like invested in this. And like, this isn't all that. Like, that's not all that. In fact, I'm always like running this video up 34 minutes. I'm always like, sorry guys, another 40-minute video of you wasting your time watching me talk when like I've had some success, but I'm not like that dude that's, you know, like I didn't make the 100x on my account. But it's very tempting, honestly. Like that just, I mean, does that not tempt you? Like, damn, I want to make 100x. But look at this. Okay. So, you know, I don't know. I like the term lossless, you know, I like that. Let's take a look at this chart. Let's break this down. Like, honestly, I probably should be doing that in these videos instead of being like philosophical. Well, let's break down something. This coin has been around for 120 days. I mean, it's called lossless. That's cool, but you know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Let's do LSS USDT. It's only on KuCoin. All right. So if it gets delisted, like I don't have anywhere else I can sell it. Let's go take another look at the crypto screener. I've made another video on this. There's not really a lot of volatility right now, like straight up. Like our volatility, maybe we can check for the week, but you know, Dino Swap for real, Dino Swap. Oh, well, you know, that might have something to do with it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, look at that. Let's see what the hybrid would have done. And in fact, like, this is really important because most people, they're like, I'm going to be that dude that makes like 100x. Okay, when you see that red line, that means we have gone below 55%, below like up here, which is like 115. Okay. Like, it drew the base like up here. And it dropped down. Like there's definitely let's even like let's zoom in on this and see if there was a yeah, it didn't even give you a base right there. They're like, no, absolutely not. Like they gave you a base right there. Let's see on the 3 minute. Let's see what happened. I mean, yo, pump and dump. You got pump and you got dump. Oh my gosh, this is where I'm just like, nah, not today. I'm good. I'm so good on that. I wonder if I could do a 2 minute. So good on that. I'm good. Nope. Like, but at the same time, to be fair, like, it's called Dino Swap. Okay. Like, nope. And how long has this been around? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, it's been around since September. Like, yeah. Nope. R-Mark, like, never heard of that coin. That's cool. I mean, oh my gosh, just imagine like you're like, oh, I just bought the top. Oh, like, you'd be better off just saving your money and like slowly testing it than just like going in and dying, like killing your video game character. Let's see here. I gotta wake up early. I really want to pass on, you know, something valuable, but you know, the thing about this is like anything that's valuable, people will show you videos and maybe they'll explain something. Let's see this on a larger scale. Yeah, these are all new coins. Like that's what I'm saying is like right now there's very minimal volatility, and you know, you would need something like this quick scanner. And it ain't even working, and it's the weekend. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of these things where it's like you really got to understand your market and you got to test small and you got to work your way into things. And this is a very new market. And I mean, seriously, that like, we're talking that new, like September 27th, like Edgeware. I've never heard of that. And a lot of these coins will just like go out of business. I mean, like, what are these coins? Like, I've never heard of these coins in my entire life. And yeah, you could put a bot on these. And I mean, there's just so many different ways of experimenting and trying things. And that's kind of the thing about it is nobody really wants to hear that. Like everyone wants to be like, all right, what's the thing that you're doing to make like the 100x on your account? I know you're doing it. And it's just like, look, yeah, these trades are going well, but like these are like highly volatile coins. Let's look at, we'll close out by looking at the trades that are currently going on right here. I think this one, I'm still like scared of this. Oh, look at how close it just comes to like your next layer and it doesn't hit it. You're like, oh, it's going down. It's going to hit it this time. And I know some people that just layer it up, and man, I don't even have the time right now to like break this out and layer it up. Like, not today. Like, please, not today. I've got bots going. I'm launching a business. Like, last thing I want to do is like have to think about my money in these coins. Although that might actually be a really good idea because. But nope. I just don't. Nope. No, not gonna do it. Still waiting on that. Still waiting on that. Yeah, there's a lot of patience that goes into a lot of this stuff. Here's one of the bots. Obviously, you see it buying, and you could say, "Oh, it bought right there on the base." Like, what a dumb bot! But I didn't have to think about that. Like, my money's just working for me, and the gains on it are half decent. It just like it really is all about like getting in and getting out, getting in and getting out, getting in and getting out. And, the AD trading and stuff like that, man, that stuff is not as easy as you'd think it is. And even though this looks volatile, right? Like if I measure this out, 48% from down here, up to here. You know, what if this went down further? Like, what if it went down another 30%? You bought right there, and your money just drops in value. Like, that is the one thing about this whole strategy is, since you don't know, like, your goal is to just get in and get out as fast as you can. Like, maybe that might not be the best base. Maybe that might not be the best base. Like, that's the base and it bounces down and comes back up. You'll never know which one's the best one. And, you know, I've made so many videos. I just feel like, God, I don't want to make another video that just says the same stuff. But, you know, it really is a matter of like measuring these out and doing all that. But then we're like in this bullish market and it's just like, and it just keeps going up and you're like, oh my gosh, I just keep moving my layers up. And then the moment that I move my layers up, you know, you could have been trying to buy, like in this case, let's go to the 4 hour just to give you an idea. Then we'll wrap up with this just because I'm just like, what this was awesome. I was bot trading all that. So like this right here, like it comes down and then it comes down a little bit further and then it kind of grinds down right here and you're like, oh, I got all my size waiting down here. And then it keeps moving up and you keep moving the base up, you keep moving the base up, you keep moving the base up, you keep moving the base up. You're like, oh, that wasn't a base. Oh, it came down. Oh, and it came back up. And then you're like, oh, we just got to keep moving it up, keep moving it up. And then you're like, I'm going to put all my size right there. And then it just drops on you like that. Oh. And you're just like, man, I screwed it up right here. So I don't want to buy a bunch down here. And then like it comes up, you break even. And then all of a sudden it goes back up again. You're like, oh, no way. So yeah, like that's why, I mean, there's just too many booby traps for this to, you know, really be, I'm going to put like all my love and attention into hybrid trading on volatile coins. I said it again. I said it 3 times, you know, and that's the thing about it is like, there's not a lot of like volatility going on right now. You can see like right now, here's the volatility that's going on right now. It's like this coin. And you can see like, yeah, this is all right. But like, this is like 1, 2, 1 layer, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can see why, you know, I was getting size sooner with these first 3 layers, which is like 3% below right here, 5% below right here, 8% below right there. You see what I'm saying? Excuse me. Look at this one. Yeah, actually. Uh-oh. Do you see me envisioning things? Yeah, you see this going on. I mean, oh, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Is like, this is, you know, the 3x like leveraged coins or whatever, where you're not leveraging, but it kind of is like, it's like it just went down like 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and then it just like barely came up, and like you just barely made like 2.75% profit if you were to buy like 5% all the way down, which I wouldn't recommend. But it's just like one of those things where like somebody will get stuck right here, and I've watched so many people like, God, and then they have to wait until it gets like all the way back up here, and then they're like, well, I'll just wait for it to go to the base. And it's just like, you had to wait, you know. I mean, that's not that bad. There's so many nuances, and it really isn't as simple as just draw a base, do a safe circle. Here's another one. Look at that. Boom, boom. I mean, it's a 3x long, but like a lot of the coins that people are going to be trading are going to be like those KuCoin super volatile pairs, and I'm just like not down with them to do this. Like, I almost feel like buying panic drops with KuCoin coins is like more dangerous than buying the hybrid AB on like a pump and dump, which is obviously another thing that's, you know, dangerous to do as well, unless you know which coins you're trading. Yeah. And then you're like, which coins are you? Which coins? Well, you know, I like this too crazy. Yeah, I traded that like all up in here. I was like, oh, and I even wussed out at one point, and I turned it back on. And anyways, I like waited until it started fizzing out, and then I turned the bot off, and it's been turned off for a while. So yeah, again, like there's a lot of nuance with all this stuff, but I really feel the most comfortable. I feel the safest with this one over the base cracking. There's something about the hybrid AB over the base cracking that just, I don't know what it is exactly. I think it's just the fact that if it's going to pull back up, then it's going to unstick itself sooner. And I think there's a value in that. That it as it comes down, this little take profit line keeps lowering itself down. All right, I feel pretty confident about, you know, providing value in this video. I just think there's something that's like missing from from what I'm showing you, which is like, you see all of this stuff on my screen. You see that I've got like 2 different charts, and then you see like I've got this alt trading, and then there's like this Vinny bot that you can't access anymore unless you pay for it. It's kind of like, when does it stop? Like, when does this moment stop and you start making money? And really all I can tell you is that to be completely fair and transparent, this particular bot, again, like, I have made the most of my funds with that, and also I have set somebody else up with it. I'm not interested in setting anybody else up with it. Like, nope, delete, block. But like, I do know somebody, and it is stressful for them because they're trying to like manage this bot, and it's having errors come up, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a duct tape situation. But like, they didn't know anything about trading, and I set them up with it, and all they have to do is just make sure and manage it, and it goes really well. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where it's like not doing all that well in this particular market because of the fact that this does not work as well in bearish conditions, which is why I'm saying I'm all about this in bullish conditions. Like, a bullish condition with a pullback is like, dude, this thing is just like, thank you for giving me all your money. Like, this drop right here was awesome. But people can make more money with this QFL stuff, because this stuff will make you, like 5%, 10%, whatever. Somebody else could be like hybrid AB, or not hybrid, but like regular AB trading, making way more than that. So, maybe I'm not the person you want to listen to, but I am showing you what I'm doing. And that I've posted, the real good videos are unlisted, and they're short and sweet, to the point. This stuff is just me giving you an experience, and just like, I know you ain't got nothing better to do. Like, you can just look at my charts and, admire my colors. No, but seriously, like, I really am telling you the truth about, the hybrid AB stuff. And maybe in another video, I will show you, like like, I will actually go through the process with you instead of just kind of like telling you about it. I will go through the process, because honestly, I don't think, it's going to go viral, and a bunch of people are going to figure it out, and it's going to water down the fishing hole. But that is part of the reason why I'm like, I'm not telling you everything. But maybe I might decide to. And usually I tell the best stuff about right now, but this video is way too long. All right, I'm going to stop it. Best of luck to you. And oh my gosh, paper trading count up 205. Got 205,000 in free paper money. And let's see, when did I start trading this again? So I had 194. 195, and now I have 202 in my current account balance. So ain't that tight? Like, I'm telling you, like, all of them are good. Like, I'm Kraken doesn't have the other platforms. They will have a stop loss, and they will have a take profit that you can install, but Kraken doesn't have that in there. Where it's like, one order cancels the other, kind of a situation. Like, one will be right here for take profit, and if it goes down to the stop loss, it'll take it off of the books and then put it down here in a stop loss. So I have to like manually set it up, and that's why I don't set these up, because it's just like too much work. And I might as well just trade with, the hybrid AB trading. Like, if I put this on a 10-minute, and it's doing great. Like, look at that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you the truth about this stuff, that like, there's something about your money being in the books that like, eventually it's going to pull back, and eventually it's going to pull back, and eventually it's going to pull back, and eventually it's going to pull back. And like, the further down, like, there's probably like, like the QFL people would be like, oh, well, anytime you just see that 5th layer, just put in a bunch of money right there, and then, maybe figure out how to do that in a way where you don't have to need even more of your money down here, and then even more of your money down here in these red zones. But I think that's the part that I'm wanting to tell you, is like, of course it's at the end of the video, is that I think, like, for the future, if you just want to understand what's going on with me in my head in the future, I think there's like 3 strategies I'm working with, and I'm like slowly figuring out how to combine them into one, which is basically like buying down here, but doing it in a way that is more like this traditional type, but at the same time, not having a stop loss. I think there's something there that is really valuable. And I just, the base crack stuff, I've run back tests on base cracks and compared it to like hybrid, and sometimes it's better, and other times the base cracking stuff will get stuck. And that's why I'm like, I know it can make more money, but at the same time, I still like the hybrid stuff because like it's just like consistently working. And so I don't know. I hope you don't feel like you're wasting your time watching this. I really like, I'm really gonna keep making these videos, and I'm just hoping you get to the end of this and you're like, yeah, actually that was really valuable. I just learned a bunch of stuff.